But I'm sick and tired of everybody wringing their hands about this. Oh my God, did you hear what he did? Okay, let's just settle this at the next election. I mean, even with other presidents that I've disagreed with, politically, I felt like, okay, I can live with their representation. Let's just stop yakking about what a goon he is.
How would you approach it?
My approach would have been head on, and probably inelegant. Probably really inelegant.
Coming up, Letterman destroys Trump's stable genius's image in 5 brutal jokes. We'll show you how the late-night legend turned Trump's boasts into roasts faster than you can say fake news.
And as I've said before, it's like painting the Golden Gate Bridge. As soon as you're done, you got to start all over. And it would be the same night after night after night after night.
Since you left late night, as we talked about whether or not you miss it, there's a new president of the United States, you may have noticed. Do you miss being on late night for that fact?
No, because, well, first of all, the people who are in charge now do a really good job. As an American, I don't like this man as a president of our country. I love being an American, but I don't feel he represents me, and I don't like that.
Plus, we'll break down Letterman's most savage burns, including why he thinks Trump's presidency was like a bad hair transplant. Spoiler, it's not just about the hair. Stay tuned for a masterclass in political comedy. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
And I would say things, the worst that can happen is now you would say something for which you would have to apologize. And I would never forgive myself if I said something so ugly that somebody would say, she got a...
Donald Trump, our favorite reality TV personality who became president by mistake, believed he was entering a new season of The Apprentice when he entered the White House. He was going to be surprised, boy. Imagine this. Trump is promising everyone that he will restore America's greatness while parading around like a peacock. He had no idea that pointing the finger and shouting, "You're fired," isn't the easiest way to lead a nation. When election night arrives, our man Trump appears to have seen a ghost. Or perhaps, as Letterman so eloquently stated, it was simply his spray tan going catastrophically wrong in real time. Can you picture his horror when he learns that he has truly won? The grand prize is a mountain of paperwork and obligation, and it's like winning a contest you didn't participate.
So far, he's a model prisoner.
That's great.
Yeah, good to hear.
That is good to hear.
Yeah. Did you see they let him out of the courtroom, had his hands zip-tied. Just got back from visiting President Trump in his cell. He's fine, he's doing great, and he mentioned to me to mention to all of you folks, keep the money flowing in. But in front of him, because they couldn't have cuffs to fit his big fat wrists. Big puffy wrists, so they had to zip tie him. But he's fine, he said to say hi to everybody.
You guys go way back, you and Trumpy.
Yeah, he used to be on the show all the time.
All the time.
I'm sorry. Those "I alone can fix it" speeches. Do you recall them? Yes, regarding that. It turns out that correcting a poor hair day isn't exactly the same as fixing a country. In his limitless wisdom, Letterman likened Trump's style of leadership to attempting to fix a computer by striking it with a golf club. Despite my lack of technical expertise, I'm rather certain that's not covered in the handbook. Folks, here's the real deal. Trump, who popularized the slogan "You're fired," found himself in a position he couldn't leave.
And you would call him a slumlord?
Yes, we'd tease him about being a slumlord, and he would just laugh and laugh and laugh. Turned out it was all true.
Yeah.
Turns out that was the least of it.
That was the least of his problems, yeah. That was pre-presidential Trumpy. And now he's convict Trumpy.
Michael
He's
Cohen
doing hard time.
used to yell at some of our staff.
Yeah, he would call up and threaten our staff.
That's
Those
right.
were the days,
That
weren't
was
they?
fun.
Yeah.
What irony! When Letterman stated that it seems as though the world had dealt Trump the ultimate "no you" card, he was spot on. Imagine having millions of people following you around in a job you never really wanted. With nuclear codes, it's similar to a horrible reality show. In relation to reality television, Trump's presidency resembled an endless episode of Survivor White House Edition. No substance, just drama. He attempted to manage the nation like a business, but when political things go wrong, it turns out that you can't simply declare bankruptcy and start over. Who knew being in charge could be so difficult? Our favorite gap-toothed guru remained calm as a cucumber, despite the rest of Hollywood going into a tailspin over Trump's victory. The deadpan humor virtuoso Letterman didn't yell, yank his hair off, or threaten to relocate to Canada. Instead, he simply shrugged and said, "The next day the sun was in the east. When everyone else is going crazy, talk about staying calm." You must give Dave credit. He was out there spouting philosophical advice like some late-night Confucius, while other celebrities were spending their time writing dramatic open letters and holding tearful Instagram live sessions. He remarked, "We'll just keep going," most likely while stroking a cat and drinking a cup of tea. While Trump is still attempting to find out how to set up a checkers board, he seems to be playing 4D chess. The worst part, though, is Letterman's composed response. In reality, it's a vicious takedown. He is essentially arguing that Trump is not important by downplaying his victory. The situation is similar to when your obnoxious younger relative boasts about defeating you in Candy Crush, and you simply give them a pat on the head and respond, "That's nice, dear." Aw, imagine a burn that is so frigid that it could ice hell, not to mention the snark. The irony, oh boy. Letterman was unfazed by Trump's accusations that the election had been rigged. He laughed. He announced that it was all rigged and it was proven accurate. I don't know what is a better example of using someone else's own words against them than that. Letterman seems to have taken Trump's conspiracy ideas, wrapped them in a tidy bow, and brought them straight to his door. But there's still more. The orange miracle is still being roasted by Letterman. His sardonic tone is the ideal counterbalance to Trump's blustery, "Look at me, I'm on fire" attitude toward, well, everything. Letterman is merely observing, raising an eyebrow, and reminding us all that life goes on when Trump is transforming the White House into his own reality TV set. He seems to be asking, "Remember when presidents were dull? Good times, huh?" Not only is Letterman's parody of Trump hilarious, but it also serves as a cunning political thought-provoking tool. As it happens, we may be becoming better citizens as a result of all those late-night laughs. Who could have known? People who watch political humor shows are more likely to participate in politics in real life, according to studies. It's similar to eating your vegetables, except that the jokes are about orange-tinted presidents rather than broccoli. In addition, Orange Julius Caesar's response to Letterman's insults is very Trump. He's too busy having a tantrum and dismissing comedians as irrelevant to deal with the criticism. Watching a baby quarrel with a mirror is like that. "You're not authentic. The only authentic one is myself." Yes, Donnie, anything that aids in your nightly sleep. Remember this the next time you're laughing at a politician wriggling on a chat show couch. You're engaging in democracy, not simply having fun. Letterman is undoubtedly laughing away somewhere, demonstrating that sometimes the truth is more hilarious than a joke. Is it not possible for civics to be a riot?